All right, guys, so I'm logged into my account here in Google AdWords looking at the content network. This is for the last 7 days. Now you can see I've spent $240, but I've had 155 different conversions. That means 155 people have opted in. It's cost me $1.55 cost per conversion. Now the reason this is higher than it was on Yahoo is because I'm spending 29 cents a click average instead of the 22 cents a click average in Yahoo. All right, now my conversion rate's really good. That's my opt-in rate. Now I can see right here my opt-in rate is 18.56%. That's really good. But I want to prune this campaign a little bit. I'm going to hop on over to ClickBank though and show you this. I'm getting sales through this AdWords campaign. Did $42 yesterday, $43 the other day. I still have not emailed my list since starting this Google AdWords campaign about buying a product. So I have not even had a chance to email them and ask them to actually go check out an affiliate product. And the reason again is I'm building trust and a relationship with these people by sending them cool videos on YouTube, sending them to my blog, and letting them check out really cool content about piano for free, so I can build a relationship with them, and then I'll mention affiliate products later on. And if it ends up being a successful niche for me, which is looking like it definitely could be, then I would create my own product, which I've actually done before in this niche, ironically, and then hopefully build a big business out of it and have upsells and all that kind of stuff, right? So let's go ahead and check this out. Let's look at some data here. First off, I have a 3.1 is the average position. That's pretty good. You want to be in the top 5 if possible, but I'm spending a little too much on this cost, on this average cost per click. Okay, so here's what I can do. Right now, you can see the click-through rate is 0.06. That's really bad. I'm going to be honest with you. My ad copy I've written for this is not that good. So what I'm going to do is split test the ad copy, but at the same time, I'm going to try to get a lower cost per click, okay? And here's why I'm doing that. If I lower my cost per click without getting a better click-through rate, without getting more clicks by having a better converting ad, if I just lower my cost per click, I'll just get less traffic. I want to get the same amount of traffic or even more by spending less, okay? So what I'm going to do is lower the cost per click to 22 cents a click, because I want to try to get this down to about $1 per lead if I can. That would be really great. So I'm going to lower my cost per click. I'm going to try to write a better ad, and the next step I would do is change the copy to try to change this conversion rate, all right? Because let me focus on one thing real quick here. If I have an 18.56 conversion rate, or if I have a 50% conversion rate, which is probably unattainable from traffic, PPC traffic, okay? I'm probably not going to get 50%, but I might be able to get it to 25%. Regardless, I spend the same amount on the advertising. I don't actually spend less money or more money. I'm spending the same amount of money. I'm just increasing more people to opt-ins, more of those clicks to opt-in. So I'm at 18.56%. So another thing I could do is try to tweak the copy on my blog and try to increase that a little bit. But right now, that's not too bad. I want to be around 20% is good. Really 18.56%. I feel like that's pretty good. So I'm going to focus on improving the ad copy to get more clicks and improve this click-through rate right here. Maybe I can get around 0.5%. That would be great. And then also lower the cost per click, all right? So the way I'm going to do that is click on ads right here. All right, so you can see all the ads here when I clicked on the ad tab. And what I'm going to do is look at these, see how they're performing, and then decide what would be a better ad, all right? So all of these are really similar. This one right here had a 0.15% click-through rate, and that was Want Piano Lessons, okay? And let's see, one of the worst ones, 0.02% click-through rate, which is really bad. And that was for Want to Learn Piano, okay? So apparently the Want Piano Lessons seems to be working a little bit better, but that was in a piano lessons ad group, right? So it was very targeted for it. This Want to Play Piano was in the How to Play ad group, and it only got a this Want to Learn Piano here was in the To Play the Piano ad group. You see what I'm saying right here? The ad group name is To Play the Piano, so all the keywords were revolving around To Play the Piano, but my ad here is Want to Learn Piano, so it's really not a perfect match, all right? So what I need to do is go through these and make them make more sense with the keywords, okay? So here's how we can do that. We're going to click on campaigns here. I'm going to click on Learn the Piano 2010, which is my campaign. I'm going to sort these by the ones that have the worst click-through rate. And that'll take a second after clicking this. There we go. All right, this one's got a 0% click-through rate. That's pretty bad. A 0.02. All right, so I'm going to take this first one. Let's look at this. Let's check out ones that have a bad click-through rate and a pretty high number of clicks, like this one right here, 106. So I'm going to click on that. And by clicking on ads, all right, so I can see this is want to learn piano. That's the headline for the ad. That's going to be the first thing they see. We click on keywords. Everything is how to play the piano, learn to play the piano. Everything is play the piano. Okay, I'm going to change this to something with the words play the piano in it, because that's what all the keywords these people are not typing in because it's on the content network, but that's the keyword it's triggering, is play the piano. All right, so I'm going to go through, edit some of these ads, and pause the video real quick, and then show you what it looks like after I've changed them. All right, just notice I said I was going to change the ad. That's wrong. You don't want to ever do that, okay? So sorry about that. You want to add a new one and split test 2 different ads, all right? So as I said, all of the keywords mention play the piano, right? Because we are in the to play the piano ad group, all right? And again, I'll show you the keywords here. You can see all of them have to play the piano or play the piano also in there, all right? So what we're going to do back here on ads is I made a new text ad that says play the piano with a question mark. Watch and learn how to play piano with this free video, okay? So we're going to check out and see how this goes. Obviously, this original ad here has had 100% of all of the ads were served just to it because I only had one ad. Now we have 2 ads. We're going to split test those and see which one works out the best, all right? So now we're going to go back, and you can do this for every single ad group and try to increase the ads by split testing the ones that aren't doing that well. All right, so we're going to go back to campaigns here. Let's see. Oops, here we go. Dang it, come on. All right, and I'm going to click on Learn the Piano 2010 campaign again, and this time I want to see which ad group has the worst cost per conversion, okay? So this one, Play Piano, I'm spending $2.22 for every opt-in, all right? Now we know that's really not that good. So I'm going to look and see how many clicks I've had, 194, that's a good bit. I'm going to go ahead and either pause this or change the max cost per click. Now let's look at these cost per clicks. When I set them up, I did 0.37 or 37 cents per click. You know what, guys? That's kind of a lot. Going back and looking at this, that's a little bit expensive. So what I'm going to do instead of pausing this ad group is I'm going to change it to 22 cents. All right, just trying to lower it. And for the people out there wondering where I'm coming up with that number, I'm honestly just off the top of my head, just trying to come up with something lower than 37 cents. And looking at it here, I'm really way high at $2.22 cost per conversion or cost per opt-in. CPL, right? So I'm really too high, so I'm just hitting it a good bit lower and going at 22 cents. All right, piano lessons. All right, this one's $1.28. That's not too bad, but I tell you what, I'm going to lower all these because I'm a little bit high, and as I said, I want to have more traffic by increasing the opt-in rate, or excuse me, the click-through rate of my text ad, increasing the click-through rate of my text ad, and lowering the bid so I'm not spending quite as much. So we're going to do 27 on all of these, and 22 on the bad performers. Now, before I do this one, 74 cents cost per opt-in, cost per lead. That's not bad, so I'm not even going to touch that. I'll take 74 cents all day long. And let's make sure that I don't have a lot of clicks on these 14 clicks without an opt-in, without a conversion. You know what, guys? Not that good. I'm going to pause that one, okay? So that means out of 14 people that have been to my website, not one person has opted in. That's not a very good opt-in rate. This one right here, I've had 22 people go to the website. They have not opted in. That's not that good. And then Learn Piano, I haven't had any action. If that was kind of a funky ad group like Play Piano by Ear, because I'm not really teaching totally by ear, then I would go ahead and pause that ad group. But since it's Learn Piano, and that really does go along with what I'm teaching here with the free Lean On Me video and with the free video on my blog, then I'm going to go ahead and leave that one right now and see if I can just get some more traffic, okay? So we're going to do this change status to pause. And so I'm going to go ahead and pause those for now. Might delete them, might want to come back to them later on though, so I'm not going to delete that yet. I'm just going to pause it. And okay, so now, let's see, we're going to keep the 37 cents a click here because check this out. My average cost per click for Learn to Play Piano is 30 cents. It's the highest one. There's a couple over 30 cents ones in here, but it's one of the highest cost per clicks I have. But still, my average cost per lead per email address that someone opts in is only 74 cents per email address. So that's really good. So we know this Learn to Play Piano is working out for me. So what would I do? I would look at this campaign. I would look at the keywords and see if I can come up with keywords that are similar to this and add and beef up this campaign a little bit more, right? And you can do that easily. We got Learn to Play Piano. And what I can do is go over here to the Google keyword tool. Give me a second to pull that up for you. And I'm going to type in Learn to Play Piano. Learn to Play Piano. And let's see if I'm going to have any luck getting this. Well, that's a pretty easy little captcha right there, so I might be able to get this one. Let's see. Give it a second here while it's scanning. And cool. All right, so now I have a bunch of different keywords. So I only have Learn to Play Piano, Learn to Play Piano chords, Learn to Play Piano fast, Learn to Play Piano software, and Learn to Play Piano DVD, which really isn't that related to you know what? That's actually not related at all. So I'm going to pause that one. And the reason I'm not deleting it, because this is my best converting ad group. I'm spending a lot per click. It's converting like crazy, right? So even though I'm spending 30 cents per click, which is kind of high, I'm still getting a great cost per lead because so many people are opting in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add Learn to Play Piano Easy. And I'm going to just click on this Add Keywords. Learn to Play Piano Easy. And make sure I don't have, yeah, we're going to do Learn to Play Piano Keyboard. And we got Learn to Play the Piano. And let's do How to Learn to Play Piano. And let's try Learn to Play Piano Music. All right, so I'm just going to add a couple more in there that were highly ranked in the Google keyword tool since this is such a good performing ad group. All right, so that is how to tweak your campaigns. And again, now I only showed you changing one ad. I'm going to go ahead. It'd be kind of boring for you guys to sit there and watch me change every ad. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure, and you'll find, guys, you're going to find when you're going and looking at your ads that aren't performing well, it's going to be because you screwed up kind of like I did, where it really wasn't related to the keywords. All right, guys, that's how we're going to tweak our Google campaign. Now, remember, when I showed you how to edit that ad, I only did one ad group, and it was really a glaring mistake I made. The keywords in the ad group were about to play piano, and I didn't even have that written in my ad. So you're going to find most of the times if you have a bad click-through rate, it's going to be because you weren't relevant. You didn't have relevancy across your campaign. So go ahead and look through your campaigns. Make sure everything's relevant. The ad text with the keywords with the ad group. If all that stuff is congruent, you're going to have a much better chance of having a high click-through rate, okay? And click-through rate's really important because that's how to get a bunch more traffic, and that's what we're trying to get here, right? So I'm going to lower my bids. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more tweaking here, but don't worry, I'm not going to do anything I didn't show you. I'm just, instead of boring you and going through every single ad group and you watching me find my own glaring mistakes and fixing them, I'm going to do that real quick to try to get a better click-through rate, a little bit more traffic, and lower those bids.